Hello, potato. We are back out at the California State Fair, the 2024 California State Fair. It is now the second Friday of the fair. It is the midpoint of the fair, and we are here again to relax after work and relax our way into the weekend. And it's a little cooler today. Last week it was 115. Today it's only 105, which is still incredibly hot. But you know what? Compared to 115, it's I'm not gonna say it feels good, but it feels not as bad. So this week, with being a little cooler, hopefully our appetites will be a little bit more in bloom. There are a number of things that we do want to try out, and I hope to knock a few of them off the list this week. Plus, our other plan is to head over to there and check out the rest of the buildings in part one of this little yearly series of mine. We did go check out the Animation Academy, but we didn't check out anything else over there. There's the cannabis, there's the high-speed rail, there's like some sort of cottage chic bazaar thing. We're gonna check that stuff out today, or at least that is the plan. But first, I think we need to wind down a little bit. We're gonna head over to the wine garden. I wanna check out that charcuterie booth, assuming it's even still here. And we'll, start the weekend with some charcuterie and a nice glass of wine. But first, I see that we have a wheel to spin over here at Ford. Let's go see what we need to do to spin the Ford wheel. So we filled out our survey. Now we have to spin the wheel.
Free car, free car.
You did yours really fast.
So we spun the Ford wheel. It was very weird. Their survey already knew my address. I started typing it in and it auto-completed it. Kind of creepy. But I picked out, for my prize, I got a set of corded Ford little headphones, because aren't those cute? And she picked out the Ford fanny pack, because why not? I mean, the 90s are back again. Fanny packs are as cool as they ever were. And hey, they say Ford on them, so. And most importantly, they're the free little tchotchkes you get at the fair. Now let's head wineward. So this year I think we're going to go for an actual glass of wine, not a wine slushie, from the Save Mart California Wine Bar. And then we'll head on over here to the Build Your Own Charcuterie. We've gone ahead and ordered our board. It's going to come on that right there with a California built right into the top of it. And we've gone with the Gouda, Brie, prosciutto, salami, grapes, apricots, and olives. Looks like we come with some biscuits too, so that'll be nice. And then my wife is over there taking a look at the wine list. We'll pick ourselves out a nice glass of wine and start the weekend properly with some wine and some light nibbles. Hey, how's it going? We're having a great time at the fair so far. Yep, there's lots of food to try. Good seeing you. Stay cool. Our first culinary stop tonight. It's Friday evening and what better way to wind down the week than with a glass of wine and a lovely charcuterie board with the California estate just burnt right into it. I'd say the board is downright Insta-worthy. They've taken some great care to put this together. They have, unfortunately, not provided any utensils with which to eat it, so I guess this would have to be taking bites of the brie there. For our wine, we've selected the Barefoot Vineyards Pink Moscato, and on our board we have some salami, prosciutto, dried apricots, some biscuits, not a ton of biscuits, but some biscuits, an olive mix, and some grapes. So I guess let's tuck in here and give everything a try. I'm gonna grab a biscuit, put on some prosciutto and some smoked Gouda, and try to get it all into one bite. It's a very crumbly cracker, but nice. The Gouda's got a nice flavor to it. I'm guessing it's probably all from Save Mart, because this is the Save Mart California wine bar that we are having this at. Let's try, what else should I have? Let's try a piece of salami. Just on its own, just a piece of salami. Very fatty looking salami, should be really flavorful. Not bad. I'm gonna say, we usually get, like, I think Columbus salami. Is that right?
Probably, yeah.
So that salami is a little bit better, but this isn't bad at all. Let's try a grape. See how the grapes are. Small, round, grapey. Nice. Try a little nibble of brie. Gotta try everything here. I love it of brie. There used to be, right about over there, I think, maybe over there more, there used to be a booth there that sold like little, they weren't called charcuterie at the time because that wasn't like the in term, but they had little plates of like brie and grapes and biscuits.
Plate,
yeah.
or cheese and fruit plate.
Yeah, that we would usually get and have with our glass of wine. And then I'm not an apricot person. The apricots are actually really more for my wife than me, but I'll give one a try just because it's here.
You got a good one.
Huh?
You got a good one.
I got a good one? Eh.
Sweet.
Not overly.
Surprising.
Pretty, actually pretty mellow in flavor. Try one. See what you think. I'm gonna say it's pretty, compared to the strong flavors of the meat and the cheese, I'd say it's fairly mellow flavor.
Yeah, but it's still really good.
See, again, not a fruit person. I am, however, an olive person, so that's why I've been saving that for last. Let's try ourselves an, oh, there's some garlic there too. Let's try ourselves an olive. No, that is flavorful. I mean, you want to try one?
No.
I know you don't like olives, but
No thanks.
no. All right, and now to wash it down with a sip of pink Moscato. Nice, sweet, but not too sweet. I mean, if you've ever had pink Moscato, it tastes like pink Moscato. It's, don't really know how else to describe it. It's not an overly sweet wine. There are sweeter ones. There are tartar ones. That's not bad. I think I do think the olives are my favorite thing here, though. Yeah, nice garlic. Try the Gouda, though. What do you think? What do you think of that? I think the Gouda has a nice flavor to it.
Yeah, that's good.
And this may be a little expensive. This is like 35 bucks, but you do get quite a bit. And frankly, they do a really nice job of putting it together. It's very, very much worthy of the gram. So we're gonna enjoy our wine, enjoy our charcuterie board, and then just wipe it down and put it in one of our bags, and then head on to look at something else. Just next to the wine garden, we should check out Camp Smoky. It's like Ranger George's Education Trail. It has a, gotta wait for Ranger. We'll just roll on past that over into the main Camp Smoky area and see what there's to see over here. There's a puppet show. Looks like we've missed that for the day though. Smoky Station. Got like some song demonstrations. That's a pretty cool looking bench. Nicely carved. They used to have, oh there he is. Oh, there's a big inflatable Smoky. That's pretty cool. And some fire equipment. And a nice fan blowing mist, because yeah, you know, it's over 100 degrees out here. That feels good. Got modern equipment and classic equipment to look at over here. Got an inflatable Smoky with armpit rings. Best not to ask questions. And then, of course, being California, the fire danger is always very high today. The thing I want to look at, actually, I see is still over here. Because do kids today know who this is? Woodsy the Owl, you know, give a hoot, don't pollute. Or maybe you don't know. I don't know how old you are. But do they do anything with Woodsy the Owl anymore?
Not that I know.
Because he was like a staple of like public service announcements when I was a kid, was Woodsy the Owl. Remember kids, give a hoot, don't pollute. Oh, see, maybe it's worth going back there into the Waiting for a Ranger. We do have a much nicer Smokey the Bear statue back there than the one with the weird nipple rings up at the front of the exhibit. Yeah, it's nice Woodsy. We meet again, Zoltar. Now, if I give you, Zoltar, if I give you this $1, are you going to give me a fortune this time? Or are you going to steal from me again? A silent treatment, huh? All right. I'm going to trust you, Zoltar. I want a fortune this time.
Zoltar, the great gypsy, at your service. Listen carefully. It is better to keep your mouth shut and be thought a fool than to open it and remove all doubt. And also, my friend, it is wise to be taking good advice when you hear it, no? Return to Zoltar, and I will give you more words of wisdom.
All right, we got his fortune this week. All right, let's see what Zoltar has to say. Now, I'm just going to hold this up here, and if you're interested, you can pause it and read it. I'm not going to read all it because it's like an entire paragraph, but you can pause the video here and read the whole thing yourself. We have made a retreat from the heat indoors to the air conditioning of the, I think it's called the California Living Building now, used to be the Canada Living, and actually our food is already melting. We didn't get a cinnamon roll last time. It's the first time in like 30 years I've not had a cinnamon roll on the first day of the fair, but we're rectifying that this time. We tried the new from the country fair cinnamon rolls, the, what was it called? Caramel apple cinnamon roll sundae. I want to get the name correct. Caramel apple cinnamon roll sundae. So down here we have your standard gold country fair or whatever it's called. I think it's just country fair, I guess. Country fair cinnamon roll topped with like apple pie filling, whipped cream, walnuts, a cherry, and whipped cream, and some vanilla ice cream to make it a sundae. So let's try. I don't think I've ever had one of their sundaes, or rather one of their cinnamon rolls as a sundae before, so that should be interesting. We've tried like their maple one, we've tried the cinnamon toast crunch one. I've never tried an ice cream one. Let's give that a try. It's like extra cinnamony. Presumably because of the apple pie filling.
Good.
It's got that good, slightly crunchy chewiness of the cinnamon roll, with some just like some chill from the ice cream. But like I think the apple cinnamon mixture here makes it like extra. I mean, look at all the cinnamon on this apple. Makes it extra cinnamony. Yeah, that's what's doing it. Yeah, I've never had a cinnamon roll sundae before, but yeah, it's pretty good. And it means we chalk, or rather we mark off our cinnamon roll from our things to eat this year at the fair.
Awesome job. Oh,
hey, Sparky.
how's it going? Hi, how are you?
Shake your hand, man.
Big high five.
Hey.
Awesome.
Good to see you.
Oh, you were gonna give a nose scratch, weren't you? Oh, that's nice.
Welcome to the fair. Hope you guys are having a good day.
We braved our way across the desert-like middle of the fairgrounds back over here to the art buildings to check out the art buildings. Let's start with number one, the Rustic Charm Marketplace. So it's like cottage core kind of stuff. I see plush things already, so I'm interested. First thing we're greeted with through the door is looks like biker gnomes. I mean, you can't say no to a gonk, but they do all sadly appear to be sports gonks, and I sadly can say no to a sports gonk. Oh, we have a Murica gonk.
Yeah,
That's
that was
not
kinda
bad. Different that's a better Murica gonk, I think.
I mean, there's the Giants. That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, for a sports gonk. The Niners too.
That was
I kind of the big one's 40, so they're actually not bad price. If you're in the market for a large gonk, that is. Coffee bags,
yeah. Those are
Schwartz and Sons coffee. A little bit like a Fallout vibe off some of these too, so that's kind of cool. We have, I'm sure, intellectually distinct bunny soaps here that just happen to look like a certain popular brand of Easter treat. Also have game controllers. Got lots and lots of soaps. Not the stuff one normally comes to the fair for, but why not? Why not at all? That is a very interesting way of doing a Kleenex dispenser. Over here we've got freeze-dried candies. They have Charlie Chews, Puff Duds. Don't see the, are these them? Big Hunky Hunks.
Yep.
That would be your
ones I want.
chunk bars, right?
Yeah, those are ones I like.
And how much are, there's 6 for the small and 10? 20, I can't read, 10 for the large. That is actually not bad for fair prices, to be sure. Madera's Queen Honey. Honeycomb. Could have got that in our charcuterie, but we didn't. Got fudge. Got popcorn. Is that popcorn? Or are these like these are like those like Buc-ee's nuggets, but different flavors. Got more freeze-dried candy over here. Orange creamsicle taffy, Jolly Ranchers, saltwater taffy, lots of saltwater taffy. Warheads, that could be interesting. I don't think we tried those last year. Abba Zaba, that one could be interesting. Okay, that would make a very interesting fire pit. Do you want a gonk, but you also want a plant? We have gonk planters. Never seen gonk planters, but again, I don't feel like any live plants we bought at this point would make it until we got home, because I couldn't go put them in the car. It's still 100 and whatever degrees out. It's not cooling down very fast. And I feel like carrying around a live plant is another recipe for a dead plant. Oh, another interesting fire pit. Moving on to building number 2, the Candy Maze Selfie Experience. So, you know when you go to like tourist areas like Pier 39 or Old Town Sac or Cannery Row, and they have those candy stores that sell like all the old-timey candy by the pound? That's really what this is, but there's also the ability to I mean, not selfies. You really couldn't do like an effective selfie with that, but you could have someone take pictures of you. Oh, look, it's those things from the Dark Tower.
Who's that? Oh, who's your baby? That's YouTube.
Lobstrosities, that's what they're called, lobstrosities. And he moves. That's terrifying. Yes, you too can be the queen of candy. This is kind of, you have a very, very short angel wings, but I kind of like the little rock candy sculpture things. Those are kind of cool. Don't know what to do with them, but they're kind of cool. Over there, there's the adult wings. These are the small wings. Adult wings over by the lobstrosities. I couldn't leave here without getting a closer look at the lobstrosities because they really are quite disturbing. Now, of course, the real point of this room is to get you to come over here and buy massive amounts of candy. Now, you have to go through to get through all the selfie spots because, like, over here we have this absolutely not C-3PO droid with a candy cake. We do have in here a veritable, like, memory road of my childhood. I don't know what these are. These are, oh no, I do, the fruity, like the Tootsie Rolls with the fruit flavor ones. Actually, the only Tootsie Rolls that aren't absolute mouth garbage. And then we have now and laters. If you ever had loose teeth as a kid, these were the best way to get them pulled. Then we have, looks like, these cowtails? No, they're Laffy Taffy sticks. You don't see those very often anymore. And then we have now and later soft, which of course, one, soft is very much a relative term, and two, soft now and laters absolutely defeat the purpose. Got nickel nips, got my favorite, the Smarties. Lemon heads are always good. And are those atomic fireballs? Those, no, these are something else. These are tongue tortures. I probably could eat them. I have a sensitivity to candied cinnamon. I found it hard. I used to love atomic fireballs, but then I ate one day and my tongue swelled up and I couldn't speak right or taste anything for like 3 days. So I don't eat cinnamon candies anymore.
Good people candy.
Here we have the candy that your grandmother has in a bowl on her table. The little strawberries and the butterscotch discs. If your grandmother's actually particularly cool, she might have the root beer barrels, but that's a rarity. And then we have, of course, the Star Brights. One of my current core favorites, a Toxic Waste. And then over here, Bazooka Joe. I wonder if they still come with the comics. I wonder if they still have the softness of a now and later. Which one? The ginger?
Yeah, ginger.
Ginger actually would be genuinely good. Sunflower seeds are not a candy. It's another one of those ones that they used to have these in the boxes. I remember, like at the smoke shop, they had the burnt peanuts and the Boston baked beans in little cardboard boxes at the smoke shop. Wasabi peas are another odd choice for a candy maze. Taffy sesame sticks are good. Love those. Garlic sesame. And here we have possibly one of the worst candies ever made. Circus peanuts. They taste like banana. Why? Who knows? They have a texture of a packing peanut. They are just like sadness and disappointment masquerading as candy. Yet they still sell them. Somebody obviously eats them and must like them. Ooh, super sours. Those would be interesting, but like literally buying anything in here is going to be very, very expensive. Cinnamon bears. We got warheads over here. We have a cow being abducted by aliens, unfortunately placed in such a way that there's no way in the world you could actually get a decent shot of it because there's candy in the way. Candy tires. Okay, I'm actually legitimately tempted here. We've got Gonk candy. It's a candy. So it's like one of those baby bottle pops. So you like dip it inside. You rip the top of his head off, dip it down his neck hole to cover it with his powdery innards, and then you lick it off the top. I'm genuinely tempted by Gonk candy. Mate, you are giving serious Waluigi vibes. Okay, here's something I've never seen before. Mega Smartie Lollies. I've never seen Smarties lollipops. I've seen the big Smarties, but never Smarties lollipops. That's I feel like it's weird that I've never ever heard of those before. We have king size candy, absolutely not cigarettes, and then a larger variety of Pop Rocks than I think I've ever seen in one place. And then the big Laffy Taffy bars. Like I said, I'm kind of more of a fan of the smaller, but another thing I remember from my childhood here, Nerds in the 2 flavored boxes. Watermelon and cherry. Got grape and strawberry. What do you find? Chico sticks. On to building number 3, the Wild Things Adventure. So here we have, you can smell, well, I can smell, you obviously can't smell it because you're watching this on a video, but it definitely smells of animals, and it smells like of gerbils or hamsters. What do we have in here? Otters? These are not rabbits. So that smells like hamsters to me. Yeah, that's definitely not a rabbit there, though. That would be an otter. We have a couple otters in there just resting in the ball pit. Because, I mean, if I could rest in a ball pit, I would too.
Oh, yeah.
When I was a kid, and they still had these sort of, like, sideshow booths in the fair, they would have the trailer with the capybara advertised as, like, being a giant rat. And, of course, the capybara is a rodent, but it's not a rat. And my understanding is also that they do frequently become capybaristas and make a lot of coffee. If you're interested, this particular capybara is called Tater Tot. Over here is Spirit, the 18-year-old bald eagle. I feel like he's looking at the children as though they might perhaps be food.
It's probably got its foot on the...
That's not real.
That's real, look at it, move it.
That's fake. Oh yeah, that's real.
Okay.
Over here we have snakes. This one says it's a milk snake. That's clearly not made of milk. Here is the California king snake, which, despite being California king size, is actually small enough to fit in that little stump there. And is, of course, named after the bed. There's a rosy boa. And over here we have a camera recording me as I record it. And then here, despite being in the snake section, is a tegu. A black and white tegu, to be specific. Of course, in the first part of the series, we did look at the insect pavilion, but over here, we have some more bugs. We have curly-haired tarantula. It's right over there. Hopefully shows up on camera. Over here we have stick bugs. Can we see the stick bug? Yes, there they are. There's one at least. Right there on that far plant. And there's one over here. And then hissing cockroaches. And I think I said last week that having glass between you and them is the best possible way to look at cockroaches. Vinegaroon? I've never heard of a vinegaroon. And as I don't see anything in there... Oh no, there it is. Yep, I would probably squash that if I saw that in my house. And then finishing off where we started, we have another curly-haired tarantula. I'm guessing must be under the log. Oh, I see a web under there. I think that's him in the shadow, but I don't think that's going to show up on camera at all. Straight from Australia, it's one of the few animals in that entire continent that isn't going to try to kill you. It's the kookaburra. As you can see, kookaburras are incredibly interesting animals.
Victoria!
In the reptile section, we have Dumeryl's boa. So thank you to Dumeryl for loaning it to the fair so that we could see it. Of course, all you can probably see is glare. Someone call Santa. We found some reindeer. It's a pair of reindeer. And frankly, it looks like, even though it's air conditioned in here, it's like they are missing the North Pole. And you know what? I don't blame them. It's air conditioned in here. It's much nicer than outside. But it's definitely still warmer than Santa's village. It's everybody's favorite trash pandas, raccoons. These are called Zig and Zag, and they're not doing much of anything right now. We have more denizens of Australia over here, and while they won't, they're not poisonous or anything, they will kill you if you give them a chance. The pair of red kangaroos, who, that one just seems to have, staked out his claim to the top of that crate. And the other one doesn't seem to care much. Oh yeah, you look, he's challenging anybody in here. He's gonna try to take that crate from him. Now you go in there, he's gonna absolutely thump you in the nose. And what appears to be our final stop on the Wild Things Adventure journey, we do have some alligators, which do appear to be staking out a golf course. But yeah, they're not after the golfers right now. Right now they're just hanging out in their little pond, not doing a whole heck of a lot. We did Building 4 back in Part 1, that's the Animation Academy. We might still pop in there again, but we're going to skip it for now and check out Building number 5, California High-Speed Rail. High-speed rail is something that I have been very much wanting us to get in place for a long time now, because I was a little kid, and they showed us videos of those maglev trains in Japan. I have wanted high-speed trains here, and they're working on it. They are legitimately working on it here for California. Not fast enough for my taste, but it is eventually going to come, despite the fact some people very much want to stop it. But I personally am all for building the high-speed rail. In here they have a mock-up of what the inside of the train is to look at. This is a 1-to-1 scale representation of the concept art for the high-speed rail cars. Now see, I want this sort of thing because I want to be able to take day trips like down to Disneyland. Not like spend 8 hours in the car and then have to spend 8 hours back in the car. I want to like hop on one of these, come down there, hop back on one and come back in the evening. I am all for high-speed rail. It'll be the... I feel like, though, realistically, the bathrooms will be smaller than this. I mean, maybe it's to be ADA compliant. There's a color representation of what they were looking for here. But, yeah, I'm certainly roomier than an airline bathroom, that's to be sure. Looks like dining cars, place to store luggage. All seats to be wider than economy class airplane seats, to be fair. Children's classroom chairs are wider than economy class airline seats, but...
I've been on a train and these are about the right.
See, I haven't been on a train since I was probably, I don't know, 10. And that was like in Europe. Anyway, I think one time in middle school, I think we took a train down to Great America from San Carlos. We took Amtrak, but otherwise I haven't been on a train that wasn't at Disneyland since I became an adult. Yeah, I want to be able to hop on here, ride down to there, and then at the end of the night, come back to there and just rest and ride my way back up. And I know it's still going to be like a good amount of time to get there, but it'll be faster and much more comfortable than driving. Got some models here of, looks like the rail station, Garces Circle, Golden State Avenue. So where are Bakersfield? This is Bakersfield's station. Over here, Highway 43, Cross Valley Corridor, what is it?
198 Hanford Highway.
Okay, I don't know where Hanford Expressway is, but...
It's near Fresno.
Okay. And what do we have over here? It's a little more built up. We have Fresno. We're at Kern Street and China Alley. And then Merced.
Yeah. We left
Nice.
San Francisco at noon and got
Not totally all the way out to where I live, but you know, Sacramento is close enough. Yeah, I want this. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's controversial thing to say, but I absolutely want the high-speed rail to be a thing. We have an area we've asked people to indicate where they would take the high-speed rail. We got I Heart the State Fair. I don't think it actually would come that close to here, but I like the spirit. Pleasant Park, Violet. I don't know that that's a place. Disney. Well, yes, that's what Universal and Disney. Universal Studios, Disneyland. Yep, I'm all for that. Disneyland with Michelle. I don't know who Michelle is, but hey, Disneyland. Santiago and Sebastian will go to Disney. Disneyland. Moe's Bar at Universal Studios, Disneyland. See, it seems like a lot of people are thinking like me. They want to be able to come into Sacramento and take a train to Disneyland in like a reasonable amount of time. The Moon. Okay, I feel like that one's a bit much. Next up is building number 6, which is the one we have to show our ID to get into, because it is the California Cannabis exhibit featuring the CBD lounge and the Big Chill slushes, coffee, and tea. I tried the coffee last year, right? I know I tried the slushes. I never tried the coffee. It was good stuff, though. Let's get our IDs out and we'll head inside. This is the first year they're actually going to have a dispensary in here too, but as you can see, the dispensary area is closed today, although it kind of smells like it's open, but that could be other stuff. Oh, they actually like booping IDs this year. That's new. Let me get my ID out of my wallet. So that was new. If you watch the last couple years, they've had the CBD building here, or the cannabis building here. They've made you show IDs. This year they're actually scanning them, so I guess keeping track of who comes in. Don't know why, but you know, whatever. If that's the rules, I will play by the rules. So here we have again as I say, I think the last couple of years, the closest I've ever been to a live cannabis plant. These are from Bud Bar Displays. The way cannabis is sold. I don't know. But for those who are interested, we do have in here like a lot of information, authentic information about cannabis, anatomy, chemistry, stages of growth. I mean, pretty much anything you could want to know about the history of cannabis is on these walls. As you can see, nobody is stopping to read them because everybody's coming in here presumably for the CBD bar, which we did that a couple of last year. I think we'll see what they have, because I guess they have tea this year. And I don't think they had tea before. I think we tried coffee and slushes last year, but now you did say you were feeling sleepy, so if you want to get some coffee, we could get you a CBD coffee. I guess the Embark Oasis is the actual cannabis dispensary area, but again, that's not open today, and that's fine. Well, I do feel daring enough to try things like the coffees and teas and slushes. I don't know that I'm quite at trying like edibles or something yet, especially because I have to drive. But I don't know, maybe get a drink. I think the Big Chill last year was pretty good. Got the cream soda, nitro iced tea brew. Oh, it's caffeine free. What's the point? So as I have done for the last couple years, we did in the Cannabis Lounge pick up a slushie. I picked up a Big Chill, which is just a very large CBD slushie. It's supposed to contain 60 milligrams of CBD. I picked strawberry lemonade, cream soda, because remember I liked the cream soda last year, and pineapple energy, because this has green coffee extract caffeine in it. And with that came with a couple terpene gummies. The lady at the bar said they are made with the essence of the cannabis flower, which I don't exactly know what that means, but I also got a Cannabis Award sticker and a packet of, I believe, the same kind of gummies that are on it by Abstracts, terpene flavored gummies. And there's not really any information on here about them other than looks like what kinds of cannabis they come from. It's like a little sample pack, not intended for resale. These we will hold on to. Maybe we'll do a future video on them. I want to do some little research on it to see what they're supposed to do so that I can do a video and actually like kind of accurately represent my reaction to them. But because this is, you know, trying this at the fair is not exactly the most scientific way to do this, because I've already had like coffee today, I've had sugar from that sundae, I've had wine, so I'm not exactly coming at this totally straight. Let's try the little gummy first. Try the purple one, because I'm gonna guess that's probably grape. We'll put that back on actually for just for a second, because we do have to get some pictures for the gram here. Okay, we're good. All right, so I'm gonna try myself my little purple gummy here. I have no idea. Doesn't smell of anything. Go for it. Oh, it's not. It's more of a texture like a gumdrop than a gummy. It's got a almost maybe spearminty kind of flavor. It's very aromatic. Not overly sweet. I mean, like a little bit of sourness to it, just a little. It's different. I don't think I think kind of like one of those spearmint leaf candies is kind of the closest I can think to compare it to. It's not bad. If that's what's in that little pouch, I'll definitely enjoy those later. But let's try this. So the cream soda I've probably tried before. It's the pineapple energy I don't think I've had before. So let me have a sip of this. Do the cream soda first. Yeah, the cream soda is a really good flavor. If you come here, I definitely, if you like cream soda anyways, I definitely recommend the cream soda. See if I can get a little bit of that lemonade. Get up into the pink area. Lemonade's not bad. It's not as strong of a flavor as the cream soda. And I'm getting, I know I commented in the last couple of years, like a little, almost like a little bitterness at the very end. I'm getting that again, so I'm assuming I've not bothered. I wanted to actually do some more CBD stuff in the last year because we have a number of CBD stores around here now, and I just haven't done it. But I'm assuming that bitterness comes from the oil. But now I'll try the pineapple energy. That's supposed to be the caffeinated one, and that's the one I haven't tried before. Make sure I have the straw in that, and that's not bad. I mean, it's not like pineapple, like Dole Whip kind of pineapple-y. I'd say it's sweet. It's more of like a candy pineapple flavor than a like straight pineapple flavor. And again, after a little bit after the end, I do get that like little like bitterness, which again I'm assuming is the CBD oil on my tongue. But I figure this should help balance out the wine and the coffee and stuff I've had today. And if not, I can always go and get some coffee. But I'm gonna relax here in the air conditioning, chill with some music, and have my CBD slushie.
It's only till next year, but
Having mellowed out now with my CBD slushie, let's head to building number 7, California Fine Art and Photography. And see, it's a good thing I finished my slushie because there's no food or drink allowed in here. Now, there's a couple nice things about coming into the art exhibits. Is one, it's usually very nice and cool in here. And two, I never go to art museums, so this is like as close to going to an art museum as generally I'm going to get. That, I was going to say that would be Old Town Sac, but that would be Coit Tower in the background, so that's clearly San Francisco. One time when I was a little kid, definitely after 1963, I'm pretty sure I went to the milk farm like one time. Now, when you drive past it, that sign is still there, but the milk farm itself is long gone. Over here, a different artist, but evoking very much the same sort of feels, is this ice cream shop, Gunther's. Gunther's, of course, at the famous Sacramento ice cream shop. I've never been to Gunther's. I've had Gunther's ice cream. I've never actually been to Gunther's. I always end up at Leatherby's if we go to an ice cream place. Of course, we used to go to Farrell's for the 5 minutes that was open, but Leatherby's is where we generally go now. I feel like this layout in here this year is very different than it's been in past years, and actually evokes more of an art gallery kind of feel to me. This one's actually really interesting. It looks like it's actually, I guess, being somewhat held together just by tension. This arm really wants to touch it just to see how it works, but it says do not touch. And I mean, logic dictates that I shouldn't, but I want to touch it to figure out exactly how this is held up. I mean, I feel like some of these wires are maybe not as like loose as one might think, or it could be magnets. I know usually when you see this sort of thing, it's done with magnets, so that's a possibility. Without being able to touch it, of course, there's no way to know for sure. I guess I could throw like some paper clips at it or something, but that would be rude. Okay, well, this one should look real interesting on camera. It is the TARDIS, but it's three-dimensionally the TARDIS. I think it works better if I stick to like this angle. I think if I go too far to the right or left, it becomes fairly obvious how it works. But I think right to here, it's a fairly good effect on the camera. Well, it's certainly Starry Night TARDIS is definitely second favorite. I like that metal sculpture. Second favorite so far, but I love the effect of it. Over here we appear to have the wildlife corner. We've got those animals from the movies with Ben Stiller in them, and have this awesome metal elephant and a bison and some birds. But yeah, this elephant, very impressive. I mean, again, it's not as impressive to me as that weird floating metal sculpture, but it's made of a lot of cool little bits if you get close to it.
So did you film the whole arch?
And finally, we're at building number 8, the Student Showcase and California Crafts. And of course, one of the big things about this building is that it has the quilts. And there's one thing you gotta look at the fair, it's the quilts.
This is my favorite room.
I mean, actually, there's like a lot of things you have to look at the fair. Like we'll have to go to the barn at some point. But the quilts. You always have to take time to appreciate the craftsmanship of the quilts. Also, loving this little Maker Faire dress over here. It's a very cute little horse and carriage. Scrollwork carriage by Angels Camp, Calaveras County. I think that's a place, not a person, but oh, look at the little monkey. Oh, the little monkey. Love the little monkey. lovely The Night Before Christmas quilt. There's a whole little story. It's a very short story. And then we have this, I don't know how to describe it, but it's definitely cool.
That shows
draws you into it.
Cornwall stone.
In the bird's back, we don't.
There are some pieces that stand out to me in here. I love the little TV sculpture there. This actually really fantastic little Halloween guy. You have a name, little Halloween guy. Apparently we're made by Olive Morgan? Maybe Olive Morgan. But I don't see, oh, just called The Baby. Well, the baby has a caramel apple with a giant bite taken out of it. I mean, the baby does have a pretty big mouth. This mer person sculpture, I guess maybe Naga? Maybe it's a Naga. The head looks like it says mer person, but it has a snake body. I don't know for sure because unfortunately, I think that tag back there may be the tag before this and it got blown away. So there's no, oh no, wait, no, maybe here it is. It's on the wall. This is by Lily Becker. It's the Siren. So it's like a mermaid. It is a mer person. I was right the first time. Yeah, I can see the actual tail from this angle better. It just looks kind of like curled around like a snake, but that is definitely a siren's tail.
Where is Mom? She's over there behind the box.
They think they're so funny. They think they're so funny. They think they're so funny. They think they're so funny.
It's a very fantastic looking dollhouse up here. It's like, no, it's not. But here's one for this. This is McMansion from Plumas Lake in Yuba County. And I think if we go over the side here, you can maybe see behind a little bit. Well, there's a car parked in the backyard here. And yeah, we can see into the house. I'm not one to generally tell people to scan strange, unknown QR codes, but I do want to say Jacqueline Cook's Seymour is giving some wonderful troll energy.
I don't know, it's like
The rug. I like the Dia de los Muertos cable car over here. It's very cute. It's cool, giving some good piratey vibes off of this. Kokloma waistcoat. So I'm guessing it's not pirate, and I probably was very offensive to whatever culture it's from by saying that it gave pirate vibes, but I think it's as much of the style of jacket as the embroidery. It's very nicely done though. I don't know the significance of it, but it's very nicely done. Yes. And I wonder if this person is happy that they found the world's most awkward mannequin to display their outfit on. Maybe that was intentional though. And with that, we do finish today's main goal, which was to check out these buildings. So now, looks like we still have a little bit of time to kill before the fireworks. It's still not dark yet, so we must have to find some more trouble to get into while we wait. I said in last week's video that I would keep an eye on the Kiva planks sculpture here throughout the fair, because I felt like it was going to get ripped apart. And honestly, I don't remember exactly the configuration of the front of it last time, but I do feel like, looking at it, that some of these trees may have come to some mischief. But overall, it's still in better shape than I thought it would be halfway through the fair. All right, Zoltar, with the very quiet attract noise. Your brother over in the California building gave me a fortune today. Will you as well? Let's find that. Can you take the $1? There we go. Never seen Zoltar refuse treasure before.
Zoltar the Great Gypsy is here to give you ancient wisdom for your happiness. Pay attention now. Men of genius are admired. Men of wealth are envied. Men of power are feared. But only men of character are trusted. And you know, it never hurts to bribe your friends on sometimes. For example, give me a bit more cash and I will give you your fortune.
And this one works too, all right. I mean, we're still down the money from last week, but here is this fortune. Assuming it's clear enough, you can pause here and read the whole thing, because again, it's quite long, and I'm not going to read it all. I don't remember if this was here last week or not. This appears to be a, opening, maybe an opening day map of Disneyland. You definitely see we're missing a lot of stuff back here that's there now. But, oh no, Edison's, oh, this is a, I don't think this is actually a map of the open park, is it? Because I don't think Liberty Street and Edison Square ever actually got built. I think this might actually be a planned map of Disneyland. Is there anything? No particular hint. I thought Liberty Street and Edison Square never actually got built. I could be totally wrong on that, though. And of course, there's the Disneyland Hotel, which still, I think, the best place to stay at Disneyland. All right, now we have something I am both genuinely excited by and horrified by. This is a real throwback to your classic fair food from the days of the deep fried butter and the reindeer corn dog. Here we have chocolate, well, we have deep fried, obviously, chocolate cheese curds with cream cheese frosting, which appears to have some caramel in it as well. So yes, deep fried chocolate cheese curds. These are either going to be fantastic or horrific. I feel like there's not any room in this for middle ground. Ooh, they feel messy too, and I don't think we grabbed any napkins. I think I may have one from our last eating excursion. But yeah, here it is. It's very gushy. I guess I should try it. Start with the frosting. Get the full. It's breaking apart. Can't take any more, Captain. It's breaking apart. All right. Well, there's a little on there. Let's give it a try. You can grab one too. You gotta try this. It's just chocolate. I'm not getting any cheese curd. It's like just deep fried chocolate chips. I suppose part of me should be relieved, but I mean, I bought cheese curds. I expected to be some cheese curd in there. See if you have any better luck. See yours. And no, it looks like, well, maybe it might be a little like white up there, but I don't. This one's smaller. Maybe the smaller one will.
Oh, there's a piece of cheese in the middle.
Oh, move it in front of the camera so people can see it.
I ate it.
Oh, well, maybe this one will have some cheese in it. Let's give it another try. Also, I mean, mine just tasted like deep fried, like chocolate chips, so not bad. But I was hoping for something, I don't know, different.
It's like a little square of cheese in the middle.
Okay, I got it. Yep, there's our cheese, and I can taste it in this one. It's honestly not bad.
No.
It kind of mellows out that, because the one I had that was just all chocolate was kind of a little strong. The cheese actually mellows it out a bit. Let's see if we can get some of that frosting on there this time. They give you a good amount of frosting given that it's impossible to dip these in. Oh, I lost my cheese. They give you a good amount of frosting given that it's impossible to actually dip these things in it because they are so gushy. Oh, this is just all over my hands now. This is a mess. This is awful. It doesn't taste awful, it's just
Messy.
I don't like dirty hands. All right, I'm gonna eat this. It's all over my hands. I don't like that. But the flavor is surprisingly not bad. Honestly, I like it. I like the one that had the cheese in it better than the one that had just chocolate in it. Because the just chocolate was just way too strong. It was just a mouthful of chocolate chips. Like you got one of those chocolate croissants that were totally improperly put together and all the chocolate's in like one spot. It was like that sort of a thing. The cheese cuts some of that sweetness of the chocolate, and it's actually definitely better with the cheese than without. So it is kind of middle ground. I'm not saying this is fantastic. I would actually like there to be more cheese in it, at least than the ones I've eaten so far. But it's also not stultifyingly awful, which is kind of what I was afraid of. But it's a nice throwback to that classic fare, you know, Krispy Kreme burgers and deep fried butter and what other weird stuff have I tried over the years? Deep fried Kool-Aid. It definitely makes you think more of those days, and it's a rarity to get some of that kind of stuff. I thought after having some chocolate and cheese curd, which honestly, final judgment on that, I would like it if there'd been more cheese and less chocolate. Like maybe like a 50-50 mix. There's just too much chocolate. There's enough cheese in there, the saltiness of it, to let you know that it was there and that it worked actually quite well with the chocolate. Just it needed maybe like twice as much cheese and at least a little less chocolate. Let's look at here at some of the best commercial cheeses in California. Got Cypress Grove, Point Reyes. I haven't seen that one. I know I've seen the Laura Chanel in the markets before, but I'm not sure about the rest of them. That's a lot of cheese from Cowgirl Creamery. I could never eat that much cheese for it would go bad. In here we have the award-winning wines. Of course, there's always the interesting bottle art that gets your attention. The sea glass one's quite nice too. The wine we had earlier is almost certainly not going to be in here because that was barefoot.
Sea glass was in there.
Right, but we
Oh,
didn't
but the
have
one
sea
we-
glass.
yeah.
I think did we try the sea glass?
No, I don't think so.
But I remember seeing that on the list. I don't know if it was that particular one. And of course, Corbel was on the list because Corbel's kind of a standard. Yeah, we did try some other wines before actually picking our Barefoot Pink Moscato. Over here we have the beer cabinet, where you're going to find, I think, much greater efforts at making interesting can art. And of course, you know, if you watch my You Don't Have to Be Half Hour videos, you know that I do like to pick myself a beer based entirely upon the label and then save the label. But I mean, of course I don't drink that much beer, but not a lot in here that's looking familiar to me. That's kind of a nice sticker though. Over here we have the olive oils. It's a big thing here in California, olive oil. We use olive oil a lot for our cooking. Like instead of using, or like we might have once used butter or margarine, we use olive oil a lot. Good for eggs. Get those nice lacy edges on it. Ooh, I like this bottle. I have no idea how good that oil is, but I do really like that bottle. Kind of the same thing that attracts me to beer and wine. What'd you see? UC Davis. UC Davis Premium Reserva. Why not?
I think we have some of theirs.
Yes, Wild Groves. I believe we picked up some Wild Groves at the Mandarin Festival last year. We checked out their booth when we were there. And I'm sure we will check them out again when they're at the the Mandarin Festival in just, what, another 3 months now? 4 months now?
Oh, there's our Mandarin olive oil one.
As you get old, the years just fly right by you. Our next and possibly last culinary stop for this video is raclette sandwiches, which if you've watched me to this point, you've already seen basically what a raclette sandwich is. I've never had one before, and I thought, hey, that would be fun to try. Plus that cheese is bubbly and melty as it looked on the camera. It smells like feet. So it's either going to be really, really good or really, really not good. We also picked up while we were there a Bavarian pretzel and cheese. I thought I'd seen last week it said it was beer cheese, but this one just says cheese on the sign. So let's start with that and see what that is. We do have a nice big Bavarian pretzel, kind of similar in look to those ones you've seen at the Bavarian pretzel places we've seen here at the fair before, like for the Christmas thing. I think the county fair had them here. Won't they have the sign that spun around?
Yeah, but I remember it said the nuggets with the beer cheese last week too.
Oh, maybe that was somebody else then.
I don't know.
Well, maybe we'll end up having another pretzel thing later in this video or next week. But for now, let's try our Bavarian pretzel and cheese from raclette sandwiches. Pretzel's good. But I'm pretty sure that cheese is just like kind of like nacho cheese, like Gels or something. Still good, but it's not beer cheese.
No.
So I was kind of hoping for beer cheese, but I mean, really, a place is called Raclette Sandwiches, not pretzels and beer cheese. So the raclette sandwich should be where we have some good success. I'm gonna finish the pretzel though. Put that to the side. And roll out. I picked up salami. And yeah, you can smell that. I mean, I don't know, you can't smell that. I can smell that. So yeah, very simple. Salami and whatever cheese that was, and it does reek to high heaven. Grab yourself a half there, and we'll give it it's still nice and hot. Cheese is still nice and melty. Yeah, that is some strong cheese.
Yep.
That is a cheese I would probably not buy in the store. But
A little off-putting.
it is not. This may be actually, smell-wise, a bigger challenge than the chocolate cheese curds were. But let's give it a try. Probably will be better. Interesting flavor. I'm not sure it's a cheese I've had before.
It's very salty.
Could be the salami as well, though.
It's not bad.
A little dry, maybe,
Yeah.
the whole sandwich. Not bad, though. What do you think? I'm still thoughtful on this. The cheese is not one I would pick for like a charcuterie board, that's for sure. Because it's a very strong cheese.
I mean, it's really strong, but salty, and
It's both.
It's kind of sharp.
It's both off-putting and pleasant at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is very
Weird.
very weird. It is. I'm sure it's a fairly common cheese. It's just one that I don't think I've ever actually had. It's not bad, but it's also not the best cheese ever.
I'm not a big fan.
Yeah. I love the method of making it. I loved them heating up the cheese, the whole wheel there until it got nice and bubbly, and then just scraping it off like a paint scraper, spreading it on the bread. I loved that. I would probably love it more if it were the different kind of cheese, but this is probably the exact kind of cheese you're supposed to use for raclette sandwiches. I've never had one before. I only had that kind of biggest idea of how they were made. I'm glad I tried it.
Yeah.
Definitely glad for the experience. Now we do have to finish it though, so we'll get on with that. Here we are, we finally reached the magic time at the fair. The time when it's dark enough for all the lights to be on and really nice and visible. Now we're over here on the Kidway right now, the kids midway. So it's not the full light effect that you'll see over on the other side, but it's getting fairly close to fireworks time. So we're gonna go stake our spot out for the fireworks in just a couple minutes here. I thought since we're down this way, walk off some of those raclette sandwich and pretzel and check out the Kidway a little bit and see it all lit up and purty. And also pay a visit to our green our green Cookie Monster. Oh look, they have Squid Game toys. What kid does not want to take home a Squid Game guy?
Grab a seat and pick a gun, guys. The bigger the race, the bigger the prize. You guys ready? We need a couple more players, just a few more racers. More racers, more teachers, more players. You get another racer. You guys got that already?
Here he is. Here's our buddy, Green Cookie Monster. I salute you, Green Cookie Monster. Another must-see at the State Fair. When the sun goes down, the Blinky booths come out. You get all manner of Blinky things. You can get a Blinky Pikachu hat because, I mean, I'm sure somebody somewhere is cold right now, even though it's still like 90 degrees out here. But it's not awful because the sun has gone down. So it's not, at least not beating down on you anymore, but it's still uncomfortable. If I was at home, I would not leave the door open right now. So it is about 9:30. Fireworks are at 10. So we are heading over to try to stake ourselves out a decent space to watch the fireworks from. Then I think we're gonna hopefully get some footage of the other Midway and then call it a video. It's been shorter time here than we spent on the first video, but somehow it feels longer, but at the same time not as tiring. I definitely don't feel as wiped out as I did at the end of the last video. But again, that's the difference between 105 degrees and it getting cooler, and like starting at 105 degrees and moving up from there to 115 and kind of like leaving at the hottest part of the day. We said we got here at the hottest part of the day, and we're now at the cooling off part of the day. And also, you know, look, it's not just hot tubs, it's grills as well.
Forehead to the foot. The Scorpion kick in 3, 2, 1.
So we staked out our spot for the fireworks. New thing this year, the concerts now have an after party over there. I think it's like run by DJ Gummo or something like that. And it's cool. I mean, it's cool that it's there. But it, unfortunately, I think will impact the fireworks a bit in that it is going to drown out some of the more iconic fair noises. Also, it's probably going to make the entire fireworks portion of this video one giant copyright flag, but I'm not monetized anyways, and your enjoyment of watching the fireworks with me is more important than a few pennies from YouTube. So yeah, it's almost 10. It's 2 minutes to 10. So in a minute now, they should start with the fireworks. And that was the fireworks. All right, all left to do is head out and do a quick spin around the Midway just to get some pictures of lights. And then we're gonna wrap this video up because it's probably gonna be another like hour and 40 minutes just like the last one. Here we are, the glittering heart of the state fair, the Midway. Last week, it was hot and dry and empty and not at all bright and lit up. Well, it was very bright, but it was sunlight bright, not this cool, colorful, sparkly, twinkly bright. But now, we get to wrap up this video, or finish off this video, or very nearly wrap up this video, with the sparkle of the Midway in full bloom.
It's all good. Hey, now ring stays on. If you don't know, now you know. Check it out. See it? Up a little bit. Ring stays on. That's a happy life, happy wife. Ring comes off, bad relationship. Bad relationship. Bad relationship. You gonna lose it all, because I'm gonna take it. And you ain't gonna win like that. That was terrible.
You have to watch out for the roving gangs out here. Just, you know, mind your P's and Q's and you're generally going to be okay. Would you look at this thing? I don't think I've ever seen this ride before. The King. Definitely the prettiest ride out here. But let's hang out and see what it does.
Hi guys, wanna play? You ready? Wanna play? Come on guys, wanna play? You ready? Hey, you ready? Hey, you wanna play? Oh, what's up?
Here's another ride that definitely gets points for a Sparkle, Hawaiian Express. You know, one thing, and I'm sure it's because everything is done with LEDs now, but like so many of the rides are like so much brighter than I recall them being as a kid. Like the swings there, that's kind of the brightness I remember as a kid, but look at these. The Cyclone here and the whatever flyer this is.
What?
Even the lights over here just look so much more vivid, so much more vibrant than when I was a kid. Just, I mean, I don't appreciate the warmer, slightly dimmer, classic look, but I don't know, these just seem so much brighter than I was a kid. And also the ability for them to change colors, which was not something they could do when I was a child.
So, one ball, any bowl, any prize. Make sure that you throw one ball at a time and don't cross the counter. I'm sure you guys are innocent, don't know what beer pong is, but beer pong rules apply.
So here we are, ending at the beginning of the midway, because that's just how we roll. We go through the back and come around to the front. And this will wrap up part 2 of the 2024 California State Fair video series here on Void of Intelligence. So, did we have a better time last time? You know, I'm gonna say we had a better time this time, even though we, like did a full day of work before coming here. The fact that it peaked at 105 instead of starting there makes a humongous difference, all the difference in the world. So, we had a little bit more energy to try more foods. Knocked a number of things that were on my to-try list after last week off the list. We tried our deep-fried chocolate cheese curds, which, I appreciate the effort, but a little disappointing. Got the raclette sandwich, which was very strong, pretty nice. The cheese kind of grew on me as I ate it, and I loved just like watching them make it. I've never had one before, and that looked really cool. We had our, what else do we have? The heat is still getting, I need more water. We finally had our cinnamon roll. We didn't have a cinnamon roll last time. We had a cinnamon roll, sure, it was covered in an apple sundae, but it was in there. And we had our charcuterie board and a glass of wine. Oh, and the CBD slushie. I mean, we knocked a lot of things off the list this time. Now, there are still 2 or 3 things that I do want to try. I'm hoping next week, will be a little cooler. But we are out of like the big stuff too. So next week we'll do the kind of the scraping the bottom of the barrel stuff. We'll check out the big barn. That's kind of the last thing we do is check out the big barn. So yeah, come on back for that. There are some more food things to try. A couple more weird ones. I don't know if anything quite as weird as chocolate cheese curds, but a couple more weird things I do want to try. And next time we will say farewell to another year of the State Fair. But for now, we will say farewell to this video of the State Fair. We did see the fireworks. We didn't see quite so much live entertainment this time, but that's fine. There's generally a little bit less of them in the afternoon, and we just didn't go in those areas during the evening when the evening acts were on. We did see lights though, and that's a big deal. Love me carnival lights. I don't think this camera does them justice, but I love them all the same. And of course, we saw fireworks. So what did you think of the food we tried in this video? Have you tried them before at your local fair? What did you think of them? Have you tried the deep fried chocolate covered cheese curds? What do you think? I really think, at least mine, too much chocolate, not enough cheese. Not a bad idea, but not executed as well as they could have been. Okay, let me know what you think. Let me know about your favorite weird fair foods in the comments. But I do thank you for joining us today. I hope you found this all interesting or entertaining. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. Next week we will do part 3, barring some major disaster that prevents it. And I hope to see you then.